Tonia Rossington decided several years ago that she'd like bigger breasts. The decision came after having 3 children and feeling self-conscious about her sagging chest. Spurred on by the big boob fashion at the time, she decided to go under the knife and get implants. Her decision to turn her 36B breasts into massive 36F cups with the help of silicone implants was inspired by large-chested celebrities like UK glamour models Katie Price and Melinda, who were very popular at the time. Yet, almost immediately after undergoing the surgery, Rossington regretted her decision. Rossington isn't the only one to regret having a boob job. Recently, a lifestyle blogger and the host of Alexandra's Girly talk opened up about her breast implant removal surgery. Her husband had paid $3,360 for her to have the procedure done in Belgium. At the time, Rossington, who is 5 feet 2 inches, was a size 12 to 14, so the new breasts did look large but not out of proportion to her body. However, Rossington lost a lot of weight and soon her chest began to appear out of place. At that time, big boobs were in fashion. I'd had 3 children and I thought, I want big boobs. For a time I thought they were great, but that soon wore off, she admitted. As I lost weight, they just looked ridiculous. Plus I had lost some of my own breast tissue, so they started to sag really badly. A year later, I started to think, oh God, I've got to have these in now for the rest of my life. I'd cover them up, wearing tight bras and high neck tops. But in the last 2 years, I got really serious about wanting them out. They affected me mentally and physically. I was ashamed of my body, she added. So Rossington decided to take matters into her own hands. As a part-time cleaner, she could not afford the surgery on her own. She revealed that she had been saving up to have her implants removed, but something always came up and the money was needed elsewhere. Rossington explained, I started suffering anxiety and my giant boobs were getting me down. I desperately wanted them out. I knew people would say, you shouldn't have had them in the first place, or well, you had them put in, you have to live with it. So I decided to do it on my own. It was at this point that she took matters into her own hands and bought a pair of latex gloves, a bottle of Dettol disinfectant, and a $1.39 knife from a DIY store. She Googled how to remove her implants on her own, but little came up. Only one woman in the United States had attempted it before, but she only managed to remove the silicone from one breast before passing out and having to be taken to the hospital. This didn't deter Rossington. She used ice to numb the area and then cut along her original scar to avoid hitting any major arteries or veins. She claims she did not feel pain but felt crazy while cutting through fat and scar tissue. Eventually, she began to see lumps of silicone. It was awful. The implant had clearly ruptured. There was all this jelly, which was my fatty tissue, Rossington said. Then I came to something that looked like a pocket, which I'd read about. A breast pocket forms around the implant. I came to that and thought, Zt, I've got to get through this now. She continued, as I pulled it, a chunk of it came off in my hand. I thought, Zt, I've got to get this out of me now. I have to do this. There was silicone everywhere. It was turning to mush. Her other implant had not ruptured and was easier to remove as it came out in one piece. She then put makeshift dressings under each breast and drove herself to the hospital. She left a note for her husband, who was at work, to say where she had gone but not to worry. Once at the emergency department, doctors cleaned Rossington's wounds and changed her dressings. She was free to go home at 1 a.m. without stitches. She has since had a scan to confirm all of the silicone had been removed and her wounds have now completely healed. Rossington now warns others against getting cosmetic procedures, particularly breast implants. I see TV ads for cosmetic surgery and these girls bouncing around on horses saying, I got breast implants and life is great. And I just think, you'll regret it, she said.